And picture this. It's the Sunday before spring break. It's one of those weeks where we get that Friday off, so it's a 4-day week. And we're sitting around the house, and my son looks up at my wife, he's 8. He looks up at my wife and says, "Mom, I am so excited for Thursday." And she kind of smiles and is like, "Yeah, the beach in Florida is going to be great." And he looks at her, wrinkles his brow, and says, "Mom, no, Thursday is when Patricia Blanco is coming to our school to do a book talk, and I can't wait to meet her." If you look at my other 2 kids, because they were mad that I didn't mention them, or wasn't going to, they're now in middle school, and they had similar love affairs with authors as they rolled through their elementary school. And you might think that having engaged readers as children is a sure thing for our family, because I'm here in Pioneer teaching English, and my wife Maria is at Slauson teaching English, but not so. Certainly we played a role, but why my kids are readers has more to do with their elementary school right here in Ann Arbor. Yeah, right here in Ann Arbor Public School. Okay, where their culture at their school is totally centered around kids and around literacy. And each year, I could tell a different story about how their teachers connected them and inspired them in a different way with a different author. One year, Magic Treehouse Series. Oh, yes. And Mr. Putter, yes. A to Z Mysteries, you know who that is, right? Okay, and then Roald Dahl. And never once did my kids come home and say, "Dad, today was such a big step in my literacy development." We learned about balanced literacy and reading apprenticeship, and the metacognitive conversations we had were amazing. I'm not making fun of those, because the art of the craft was invisible to my kids, and that's the way it should be. That's for us. That's what we learn about in Singapore, the art of our craft. All they knew was that suddenly, and it clicked at different ages for the 3 different kids, they were readers, and they felt like they were on top of the world. The elementary staff, and I'm talking the entire elementary staff, grounds crew, custodial, food service, secretarial, instructional support, all the way to the principal, created a culture where they worked together and inspired to read kids, not only words, no, not inspired to read kids, inspire kids to read, and not only words, but become readers that can start to make sense of the world that we live in. Thank you. Part of my assignment here at Pioneer is to be the advisor for the Trailblazer program. If you talk about partnerships, Ellen, that's it. That's what we're doing. All right? And we match seniors with elementary students to travel to 5 different elementary schools. The schools are around here because we need to do it in 53 minutes. Okay, so there's 60 high school kids in those 5 different schools, most of whom return to their elementary school where they started their K-12 journey. So all of a sudden, little Susie and Johnny are big Susie and Johnny, and they're working with the next group of kids. It's a beautiful sight to see the almost grown, adult-like seniors reading to a 7-year-old. So when I have a rough day here, I go there and I look at that, and it renews my faith in public education. Trailblazers, we'll see. I get to see all that powerful stuff, but I didn't start the program. Jenny Zimmer was the one who started the program. Thank you, Jenny. It's been around almost 20 years now, and it has changed the lives of so many kids. Let me read you a little bit from a letter sent to one of my high school seniors last year from the parent of her mentee. We call them mentees. I don't know if it's really a word or not. Okay. So So here we go. Dear Sarah. So Sarah's a pioneer kid. Madeline has talked about you constantly since she met you. You have positively impacted her school year and studies this year. The biggest change I've seen is her love of reading. Books have always been a huge part of my life, especially my childhood. You directly inspired an interest in reading for her. I am forever grateful. Madeline's mom. There's that word again, right? Did you catch it? It's up there, it's on my page, it's in the letter. It's inspired. Sarah was just doing what she does, right? And in that relationship, she was able to inspire Madeline to be a reader. And Madeline was on top of the world. It can come from anyone, at any time. Anyone, anytime, at any level. I was lucky to be in a colleague's classroom when Khalil burst in to tell his teacher he heard one of his vocab words on the TV news that night. This is a senior in high school, okay? Right? I love it. His epiphany came late in the second quarter, and suddenly he saw literacy in a different way. He went from, I don't think I'm going to college, I'm just not college material, to, I really need to go to college. He moves in for his freshman year this week. Let's take Zach, another senior that read only when things were assigned and actually preferred Cliff Notes. She sped through Kite Runner, the first book she couldn't put down, and she had a voice suddenly in the classroom like never before because she knew what everybody was talking about. Again, she starts college next week. In all these cases, the common denominator is that someone built a relationship, took an interest, and inspired these kids towards success. Imagine reaching out to one kid a week, or taking an extra minute, I know we don't have a lot of them, to ask a student, not necessarily even your own student, what she or he is reading right now, or suggesting they try a new author that you love. Imagine when students signing from that dental appointment, and the secretaries ask, or office professionals ask, what are you reading right now? I'm reading X, Y, and Z. Or when you leave the building, leave through the student doors and check in with kids to see what they are reading. And if they look at you with blank stares, make suggestions. Share what you're reading or a good article that you saw online that they might like. Put books in their hands, encourage them to read. For who spends more time with kids than we do? Dr. Swift, now you can add something new. Where are you coming from? Where are you going? And when you see the kids, please ask, and what are you reading? Because it doesn't take long to interest kids and inspire kids, because we can't do any of the hard work that we really need to do, and we can't use any of our strategies and our technology and anything like that unless kids are inspired to do that work with us. Talking to kids about reading may seem trivial to us, but it could provide that inspiration where it clicks and changes a kid's life forever. I know that it has for my kids, and for that, I'm forever grateful. This year, as the chairs fill to unprecedented numbers, and the papers pile high on your desks, let's stay positive and hopeful. Let's save just a little bit of ourselves to reach out to our kids and inspire their literacy. Thank you.